Imagine everything you thought you knew about human history gone, rewritten, not by a dusty old book, but by a sprawling stone monument buried for millennia beneath a hill in southeastern Turkey. A place so ancient, so utterly mind-bending, it challenges every timeline we've ever drawn. This is Göbekli Tepe, and its story began not with a bang, but with a whisper 12,000 years ago. 12,000 years old. Let that sink in. For decades, this incredible secret lay hidden, its existence barely acknowledged. The first clues emerged in the 1960s, simple surface finds that hinted at something significant. But like so many whispers in the wind, they were largely overlooked, dismissed. The sheer scale, the impossible age, it just didn't fit the narrative, our narrative. The one that said complex societies, monumental architecture, spiritual centers, they all came after agriculture, after permanent settlements. Göbekli Tepe says otherwise. It wasn't until the 1990s, 30 years later, that the real drama began. German archaeologists, drawn by a renewed sense of curiosity, returned to that rugged Anatolian landscape, the dust swirling in the early morning sun, just as it must have done thousands of years ago. What they unearthed defied all logic, all expectation. They found colossal stone circles, intricate and precise, not unlike Stonehenge. But here's the kicker. Göbekli Tepe predates Stonehenge by a staggering 6,000 years. 6,000 years! Picture it. Massive T-shaped pillars, some towering 16 feet high, weighing upwards of 60 tons, intricately carved with a menagerie of wild animals, foxes, snakes, boars, and strange abstract symbols we still don't fully understand. Imagine the sheer manpower, the sophisticated organization required to achieve such a feat, long before the accepted dawn of civilization. Local communities had long whispered tales of the Potbelly Hill being a sacred meeting place, a site of profound spiritual power. They were right. But what kind of power and what kind of people built such an extraordinary place, only to deliberately bury it? That's the question that haunted me, and it's just the beginning of our journey into humanity's lost past. So, what exactly did they find buried under that hill 12,000 years ago? What kind of power did these ancient people harness? The answers are etched in stone, monumental and utterly baffling. Imagine standing amidst these colossal limestone pillars arranged in magnificent, enigmatic rings. You are dwarfed. Some of these T-shaped behemoths tower over 16 feet high, their sheer scale breathtaking, and their weight up to 50 tons. Let that truly sink in. 50 tons. This wasn't some simple pile of rocks. This was a sophisticated, deliberate architectural endeavor on a scale previously thought impossible for a pre-pottery Neolithic society. Forget rudimentary huts. This was an observatory, a temple, a statement of profound belief. How did they do it? Without metal tools, without beasts of burden as we understand them, these ancient humans moved, shaped, and erected stones heavier than an entire herd of elephants. It's a remarkable engineering feat that still puzzles scientists today. Were they master masons, or did they possess knowledge we've long forgotten? And the carvings, oh, the carvings! Each pillar is a canvas. Wild boars charge across the surfaces, snakes slither, foxes dart, and strange abstract symbols hint at a lost lexicon. But look closer, and you'll see something even more profound. Anthropomorphic decorations. Stylized human arms carved into the sides of the T-pillars, hands meeting over a belly, as if these stones themselves are giant, abstract guardians. It raises profound questions about their early religious beliefs, about the very nature of humanity and its place in the cosmos. Were these pillars gods, ancestors, guardians of a hidden truth? This isn't a settlement. There are no hearths, no homes, no signs of daily life. This is a purely ritual complex, a sacred meeting place, drawing people from miles around for ceremonies and feasts. It speaks to a level of communal organization and symbolic expression we simply didn't think existed at this time. An older storyteller I once spoke to, a man whose family had lived in the shadow of this hill for generations, whispered legends of giant beings who shaped the stones with their hands. A myth? Or a faded memory of something truly extraordinary? These aren't just stones, they're pages from a forgotten book, telling us a story not just of engineering, but of the very dawn of human spirituality. But what were they worshipping, and what drove them to bury such a magnificent creation? Those magnificent stone circles, those T-shaped giants, they tell a story of engineering and cosmic beliefs. But what if there was something even more direct, a silent witness to these ancient rites, hidden within the very fabric of Göbekli Tepe itself? Just recently, archaeologists made a discovery that sent shivers down my spine. A human statue. Not just lying on the ground, but embedded directly into a wall between two of those monumental enclosures. It's like finding a secret carefully placed inside a time capsule, waiting for 12,000 years to be seen again. This isn't just any statue. Its location speaks volumes. It wasn't casually discarded. It was deliberately placed, a silent guardian, or perhaps a profound ritual offering, sealing the very spirit of the place. Archaeologists are treating this find with immense caution and reverence, understanding that it could be absolutely vital to deciphering the enigmatic Neolithic ritual practices of these people. Its uniqueness in the archaeological record cannot be overstated. We're not just looking at a piece of art, we're looking at a carefully chosen element within a sacred structure. Why hide it in the wall? Was it a secret protector watching over the ceremonies that unfolded within these rings? Was it a representation of a venerated ancestor or even an ancient deity peering out from its stone cocoon? I can almost picture it, the flickering light of fires dancing on the freshly carved limestone, the air thick with anticipation, as a group of workers guided by a shaman or priest carefully lifted this stone figure and sealed it into its place. A ceremonial rite, binding the living to the spiritual, forging a tangible human connection across millennia. This statue, this person in the wall, makes the abstract ancient world feel suddenly powerfully real. But as incredible as the statue is, it only deepens the central mystery. Why did they create something so magnificent only to deliberately bury everything under tons of earth? We've looked at the monumental stones, the hidden statue, but the real magic, the real secrets are often in the details. The intricate carvings on Göbekli Tepe's pillars aren't just pretty pictures of animals. They might be the earliest scientific texts telling a story written in the stars. Look closely at the swirling patterns, the powerful depictions of foxes, snakes, and vultures, intermingled with strange abstract motifs. For a long time, we thought they were simply artistic expressions. But what if they were far more? What if these carvings represent a sophisticated knowledge of astronomy, tracking lunar and solar cycles, making Göbekli Tepe humanity's oldest solar calendar? Imagine a world before written language, where the sky was the ultimate clock, the ultimate guide. These ancient people were not just hunters and gatherers, they were astronomers, scholars of the cosmos. And here's where it gets truly mind-blowing. One fascinating theory suggests that some of these carvings, particularly those on what's been dubbed the vulture stone, aren't just animals. They might be a cosmic warning, a celestial record. Researchers believe they depict a cataclysmic comet strike that occurred around 10,850 BCE. 10,850 BCE. Think about that. This event is linked to the Younger Dryas impact hypothesis, a period of rapid global cooling, a mini ice age that dramatically reshaped the Earth and profoundly influenced the development of early civilization. If this theory holds true, then Göbekli Tepe isn't just a temple, it's an ancient observatory, a time capsule preserving a memory of a global catastrophe, a warning passed down through generations. These astronomical observations weren't just about tracking the seasons. They sparked new religious ideas, driving agricultural innovation as people sought to control their environment, and even nudging them towards record-keeping, the very precursor steps to writing itself. I imagine these ancient sky watchers gathered at the center of these stone rings, gazing up at the vast, inky blackness, utterly awestruck by the constellations. They weren't just observing, they were deciphering the universe, crafting knowledge from nature's rhythms, embedding it in stone for us to find thousands of years later. But what else did they know? And why did this incredibly advanced society, after constructing such a marvel, decide to bury it? That's the deepest mystery of all. We've seen the stones, the statue, the cosmic calendar hidden in the carvings. Each piece of evidence from Göbekli Tepe doesn't just add to the story, it shatters the old one. This site isn't just an archaeological marvel, it's a revolutionary force, forcing scientists to rethink everything we thought we knew about the origins of civilization itself. For generations, the consensus was clear. First came agriculture. People settled down, started farming, and that led to food surpluses, which then allowed for specialization. Priests, artisans, builders, and then came complex societies, monumental architecture, and religious centers. It was a neat linear progression. Göbekli Tepe throws a 50-ton pillar right through that timeline. Because Göbekli Tepe existed before large-scale farming, it predates it. We have this astonishingly complex site with its intricate carvings, its massive engineering feats, its clear spiritual purpose, built by what we previously thought were simple hunter-gatherer societies. This isn't just a contradiction, it's a full-blown paradox. It turns the established model on its head. This has sparked intense intellectual debates among archaeologists and anthropologists, a seismic shift in our understanding. Suddenly, we're asking, did the need to build and maintain monumental structures like Göbekli Tepe fuel the development of farming rather than the other way around? Did the communal effort required for such a massive undertaking create a social cohesion, a spiritual drive that then necessitated new ways of sustaining larger populations? As one prominent archaeologist famously put it, Göbekli Tepe rewrites the story of human civilization. And they're right. It suggests that perhaps religious and social complexity didn't just emerge from agriculture. Maybe they were a powerful catalyst for it. It challenges us to imagine a world where shared beliefs and a common spiritual purpose could be the primary drivers of progress, of innovation, of an entire new way of life. This profound impact on the narrative of human progress isn't just academic. It makes you wonder what other fundamental truths we might have wrong about our own past. And if Göbekli Tepe was such a pivotal site, why, after all that effort, did its creators bury it so completely? That unanswered question continues to echo through the ages. We've grappled with the timeline, the engineering, the cosmic messages, but perhaps the most profound impact of Göbekli Tepe is what it tells us about the soul of early humanity, their sacred spaces, their spiritual hunger, long before written history began. How did these people organize worship? How did they manage complex social gatherings without established settlements? This isn't a city, it's a ceremonial heart, a sacred hub. The prevailing hypothesis is that Göbekli Tepe functioned as a vast pilgrimage or ritual center, drawing semi-nomadic hunter-gatherers from hundreds of miles around. Imagine disparate groups, perhaps even rival clans, putting aside their differences, converging on this one sacred hill. Why? For something far greater than themselves. It was a place that didn't just reflect social cohesion, it fostered it. I can almost see them gathering at twilight, the last rays of the sun painting the horizon in fiery hues, casting long shadows from the towering T-shaped pillars, the air alive with anticipation. Imagine the chants, the drumming, the shared reverence as they performed symbolic rites beneath those ancient stones. Were there religious leaders, shamans, guiding these powerful ceremonies, interpreting the messages in the stars and the symbols on the pillars? Almost certainly. This was a place where the veil between the physical and spiritual world was thin, where profound connections were made. Local rumors, echoes of ancient memories, speak of early myth systems encoded within those animal carvings and abstract motifs. Perhaps these weren't just images, but narratives, stories of creation, of gods, of their place in the universe. Imagine a storyteller, a shaman, recounting these myths, their voice amplified by the stone circles, weaving a tapestry of shared belief that bound these diverse groups together. This site was a crucible for early human identity, forging a collective memory and purpose that transcended mere survival. It forces us to confront a powerful truth. Long before the first cities, long before agriculture, our ancestors were driven by profound spiritual needs. But if Göbekli Tepe was so central to their existence, to their very identity, why, at the peak of its sacred power, did they choose to bury it? What could possibly lead a society to entomb its most mysterious turn? This is where the story takes its most mysterious turn. We've imagined the vibrant ceremonies, the awe-inspiring knowledge, the powerful spiritual life at Göbekli Tepe. But every story, no matter how grand, eventually reaches an inflection point. For a site so monumental, so central to early human consciousness, its end is perhaps the most enigmatic chapter of all. Around 8000 BCE, something profound happened. The bustling, sacred activity at Göbekli Tepe didn't just fade, it stopped. The site was abandoned, not violently destroyed, but systematically buried, layer upon layer of earth and rubble, interring the colossal pillars and intricate carvings, silencing its voice for millennia. Why? The theories are as varied as they are compelling. Was it climate change, the end of the Younger Dryas period, that mini ice age some believe the carvings recorded brought new environmental realities? Did dwindling resources or a shift in the availability of wild game make sustained pilgrimage to this specific location unsustainable? Or perhaps it was something deeper, a profound shift in social or religious practices. As agriculture began to take hold across the region, as people settled into permanent villages, did their spiritual needs evolve? Did new deities, new rituals replace the old? Later groups, much further down history's timeline, did sporadically return. Imagine a shepherd, perhaps hundreds or even thousands of years after its burial, stumbling upon a partially exposed pillar, an ancient whisper from the earth. They left traces, simple tools, offerings, hints that even in ruin, the site retained a sense of mystery, a palpable reverence. It's like a distant echo, a faint memory of something truly ancient and powerful. We even have a fragmentary clay tablet found nearby, hinting at a great turning, a loss of the sacred fire. Coincidence or a faded memory of the epical change that swept over these lands? But here's the most intriguing possibility. What if it wasn't abandonment at all? What if the burial was a deliberate act? A ritual closing of the site, a final sacred act to honor and preserve it, perhaps to contain its power or to mark the end of an era. Imagine the sheer effort involved in burying something so enormous. It wasn't a casual discarding, it was an intentional interment, a grand farewell. The atmosphere must have been somber, contemplative, as the vibrant ceremonial activity slowly, deliberately faded beneath tons of earth. What profound secret, what ultimate truth compelled them to bury their greatest creation? And what does that final, deliberate act tell us about the people who built Göbekli Tepe and their understanding of their own place in a changing world? These are the questions that continue to haunt us, even as we move towards its legacy. The dust settled on Göbekli Tepe for thousands of years, burying its secrets deep. But once it was unearthed, once the world began to truly grasp what lay beneath that Turkish hill, the reaction was immediate, powerful, and global. It sparked an earthquake in the academic community, excitement, yes, but also a healthy dose of skepticism and furious debate. It's not every day a site comes along that systematically dismantles foundational theories about human civilization. Key figures like the late Klaus Schmidt, whose decades of tireless work laid the foundation for our current understanding, became reluctant celebrities. His meticulous excavation, his unwavering belief in the site's significance, transformed archaeology forever. The revelations about Göbekli Tepe forced scholars to rewrite textbooks, to redraw timelines, to fundamentally reconsider our assumptions about early human technology, religion, and social complexity. Was it really hunter-gatherers who built this? How? Why? Every answer led to more questions. It wasn't just a site, it was a paradigm shift. And it wasn't just academics who reacted, the public was captivated. Media coverage exploded, from documentaries to news features, all struggling to convey the sheer mind-bending scale of this discovery. Cultural exhibitions featuring Göbekli Tepe artifacts drew crowds hungry for a tangible connection to this lost world. Of course, a site this mysterious, this ancient, this groundbreaking inevitably attracts other interpretations. Göbekli Tepe quickly became a magnet for conspiracy theories and alternative archaeology movements. Was it evidence of a lost civilization even older than we thought? Did it prove ancient aliens visited Earth and imparted advanced knowledge? While mainstream archaeology rejects such sensational claims, the fact that these theories even exist speaks to the profound impact Göbekli Tepe has had on our collective imagination. It broke open the rigid timelines, and in that breach, anything seemed possible. It's a testament to the site's power that it can simultaneously challenge established science and inspire wild speculation. But what does Göbekli Tepe's future hold? How will we protect this priceless window into our past, and what new secrets might it yet reveal? The journey of discovery is far from over. We've journeyed through 12,000 years of history, seen the monumental, the mysterious, the world-changing. But the story of Göbekli Tepe is far from over. In fact, in many ways, it's just beginning. What lies beneath the remaining untouched earth of Potbelly Hill? What other secrets are waiting patiently to be unearthed? The future of Göbekli Tepe is one of boundless possibility, driven by ongoing and ambitious excavation plans. Teams of dedicated archaeologists are still carefully peeling back the layers of time, one trowelful of earth at a time. And they're not working alone. Modern technology is playing an increasingly vital role. Imagine 3D scanning, creating incredibly detailed digital models of every stone, every carving, every nuance of the site before it's even fully excavated. Ground-penetrating radar peers beneath the surface, hinting at unseen structures, guiding future digs with unparalleled precision. These tools allow us to explore with less intrusion, to preserve more, and to ask even more precise questions. Every dig carries with it immense ethical and cultural challenges. We're working in a landscape loaded with history and meaning, not just for archaeologists, but for local communities, for the global human family. It's a delicate balance between discovery and preservation, between revealing the past and protecting its sanctity. What could we find next? My mind races with the possibilities. Could we uncover more of those enigmatic human statues, perhaps revealing a pantheon of ancient deities? Could we, dare I say it, discover textual artifacts? Not writing as we understand it, perhaps, but a precursor, a complex system of symbols that could finally unlock the full story behind the animal carvings and the astronomical observations. Imagine a moment when a new breakthrough, a single discovery, could transform our understanding yet again, embedding Göbekli Tepe even deeper into the bedrock of human history, redefining our origins once more. The mood at the site among the researchers is one of hopeful anticipation. Every day holds the potential for a revelation. This isn't just about ancient stones, it's about our own origin story. And the ultimate question is, what fundamental truth about ourselves might Göbekli Tepe finally reveal? This ancient wonder continues to call to us, a profound whisper from the past, inviting us to look closer, to dig deeper. We've journeyed together through 12,000 years, from its silent discovery to its earth-shattering revelations. And as we stand at the end of this incredible story, one thing is clear. Göbekli Tepe isn't just an archaeological site, it's a profound mirror, reflecting back to us the very essence of what it means to be human. Its profound legacy lies in how it connects us directly to our most distant ancestors. It shows us that long before written history, long before the accepted dawn of civilization, humanity was driven by a powerful, undeniable quest for meaning, for community, and for awe. Our ancestors looked to the stars, sought answers in symbols, and found common ground in shared spiritual purpose, building something extraordinary out of sheer belief. Göbekli Tepe reminds us powerfully that history is not linear. It's not a straight line from primitive to advanced. Instead, it's layered, complex, filled with forgotten chapters waiting beneath the earth, ready to challenge our assumptions and expand our understanding. It's a testament to human ingenuity and spiritual depth that we are only just beginning to comprehend. Imagine yourself there now, a modern visitor standing before those ancient stones, feeling the weight of 12 millennia pressing down. The wind whispers through the towering pillars, carrying echoes of forgotten chants, of communal effort, of awestruck gazes fixed on the heavens. In that moment, the past doesn't feel distant, it feels tangible, alive, bridging the vast chasm between ancient human and modern observer. You are connected. The enduring mystery of Göbekli Tepe isn't a frustration, it's an invitation to continually question, to rethink what we know about ourselves, about where we came from, and about the incredible potential that has always resided within the human spirit. It asks us to consider, if so much was forgotten, what else might we have overlooked? What other ancient whispers are waiting to be heard? Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey into the heart of humanity's lost past. If this story ignited your curiosity, please like this video, share it with someone who loves a good mystery, and subscribe to keep exploring the incredible secrets of our world. Until next time, keep digging, keep questioning, and keep wondering.